You taking a piss?
Yeah. Why?
Just wondering.
Right, come on then, Dan.
Let's go. Alright. Did you get bitten bad last night? I'm actually avoided getting bitten, to be honest.
How did you do that?
Yeah.
No, stupid bitten. Got new bugs popping up everywhere. It was just more uncomfortable than...
Yeah. So hard to sleep, so hard to sleep. Do you think today will be more of a scouting mission or would it be moving? Yeah.
It takes us like 2 hours.
Yeah.
You might be able to get, or less. You might be able to get there and back and there and set up shelter.
Yeah.
But literally all depends on how tired you are.
Yeah.
Find a campsite.
Okay, give a look, because it's not going to be safe carrying this around on the stream, is it? Yeah, so we're walking down the stream bed, kind of macheting through what we can. It's starting to open up a bit, letting more light in, which is a good omen. It would suggest we're getting closer to the river, but it's easy that it's just maybe just a temporary blip of good light. Unfortunately, I've got a cut on the underside of my foot. It's kind of hurts when I put pressure on it, so I'm kind of tiptoeing a little bit. You can see that in the distance. Looks like the other side of the river, potentially. It seems to go up as this goes down. So it should be quite nearby. And obviously the nearer we are, the better for us. If we are close indeed, we'll see how steep it is for us. Yeah, as you can see, well, I'll show you in a second, it's getting very deep, which means we can't really take these cameras. These are kind of quite expensive cameras with us, so they are quite fragile. You see how deep it's going to start getting in a minute.
Goes to about knee height.
It's up to my waist. If you go to the bank, you get a bit more height. There will be. Look at the size of the river. There we go, nice and cool. Oh, this feels good. Woo! I'm always keeping hold of the bank though, just in case I slip in. Yeah. It didn't take too long to get down here. Nice, so we scattered it. That's all that matters. We have got. You haven't got like a heavy rock up there you can throw to see the depth. Have you?
We just made it down to the river. Great result. Looks like we might be able to catch fish. So tomorrow we're going to come back down here with the net, potentially try and find some food source, which is what we're in need of. In terms of the rest of today, our energy is really low. We're going to go back, rehydrate, then crack on with the shelter. Really, we're going to try and take it back a few steps to then rebuild it, trying to make it as waterproof as possible. Because if we can get that right, then I think this whole challenge is going to fall into place, and you know, become a hell of a lot easier on the both of us.
At this point, we decided to trek back to our shelter. We achieved what we needed to achieve by finding the river. We know where it is, and then we're going to plan to go fishing the next day. Unfortunately, it does take quite a few calories just to get there and get back. We hadn't eaten in so many days, so we were very drained by the walk, and it is quite slippery. We got back and then get prepared for another day. So after last night where the shelter wasn't too good, it let rain in a bit too easily. Unfortunately, it is monsoon season, and most shelters aren't made to survive monsoon season, so we are going to have to rebuild it. So we're going to have to kind of almost start from scratch. James, do you want to take it away?
This is what we're going to do, is we're going to pile off all the leaves. Obviously they're good to use again. What we want to do is get the bigger leaves over into our pile that's over there in the corner, so that what we're going to do is use some of these trees that you can see that are a lot straighter and actually line them up against our main A-frame.
Yeah. Yeah, we use trees that are a bit in a distance because we don't want to lose our canopy, because that still does help protect us from some rain.
And we don't have a lot of canopy, to be fair.
Yeah.
So use the trees in the distance, start cutting things down to size, put the bigger leaves on next, and then we can put the rest of the leaves on after that.
Sweet. So it's getting a bit into the evening.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of work to do.
It's getting into the evening, so we've got a lot of work to do now. So we're gonna have to crack on immediately. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have time to kind of redo the shelter completely. It's getting late, and I feel like it's better just to grim and bear and just make some slight improvements rather than kind of go from the scratch, because that's gonna, you know, put us in the hurt locker.
I think it's gonna be a tomorrow job, to be fair.
Yeah, the job for tomorrow. Well, we made some great starts today. Found the river, so that's quite key. But yeah, we just make some more improvements to it, use big leaves on it. Okay, so we're heading back to our camp so we can build our shelter a bit later. Just found these massive leaves here, and they're way too good an opportunity to leave. We're going to take these and help that for our shelter, because that's going to, no water's going to get through anywhere here other than here. It's a great surface area. Easier said than done. Easier said than done. With me right now, so yeah, man, it just takes a bit of time. Don't have a machete. What? I don't know. I should be. How far away are you? There. Yeah, good mate. It's quite hard because they're very alive. They're quite strong, fibrous. You can't really, you got to cut through it. You can't really snap the.
Load of ants just collected on a leaf.
Yeah.
So I'm going to lick it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
They might bite you, be careful.
Yeah, man. We've got quite a lot there. That's good. That's good. We need to find more stuff like that and less on the ground because we're eating too much dirt. When picking just ants off the ground. Bad foot.
Pardon?
Is that on your bad foot?
Nah.
On the other one?
Toe.
Bleeding.
Nah, that's right. I think it's just a very small pinprick.
Yeah.
Wife is alright. Alright, alright, alright.
Yeah, buddy. In terms of energy seems to be coming in waves for me.
Do you need any more, Dan?
1 minute I can have all the energy, and then the next minute I'm really low. That's mainly down to the lack of food. I think since we sort of begun this, pretty much just lived on, you know, less than about 100 calories, which is pretty shocking. And then we had an idea the other day to try and trek out and try and find this river, which wasn't our brightest idea. We think it was a lot further, and the flatland was a lot further than what we anticipated. So we burnt a lot of calories. I mean, a lot of calories. And then when we trekked back the same day, just because it had started to rain, we ended up trekking way too far back to the first shelter, which wasn't the worst thing in the world because we had shelter for the night. Wasn't the best shelter, I must admit. It rained torrentously. It sort of became a wet, sort of gloopy mess with inside. But we got up the next day, trekked back to our second shelter because we both decided that, you know, this is where we're going to set up camp. We're going to try and meander down the river, down the stream to find the river. That trek back was very difficult. Dan, bless him, I thought was going to pass out at various different points, but as a trooper he powered on and got there in the end. My feet were killing me, sunburnt as hell on the shoulders, you know, so not having any clothes and not having any sun cream, bad idea. But you know, we're out here to survive, so can't have those kind of things, not those kind of luxuries, and you sort of start to realise that you take those kind of things for granted. But we got back here. Last night was most probably the worst night we had in terms of rain. It rained pretty much non-stop all night, which it doesn't really do out here. We sort of thought we knew the pattern of the rain, which was, you know, by 7 o'clock it would start to rain, a couple of hours, then it would stop, and then for the rest of the night it would be alright. But last night changed all that, and it just rained non-stop, so it meant we had to sort of, to get any kind of sleep, we had to sleep in for a while today. And then we woke up and our main mission was to get to this river. So we meandered downstream, and it went all right, to be fair. The river's not actually as far as we thought it was. The trek wasn't as difficult. It does look like there could be potential for life inside the river, unlike the forest, because there's been fuck all here, to be fair. So our next mission is to sort of try and do some fishing, because if we can do that, then we can eat, and we're in desperate need of that. We were going to come back and try and crack on with the shelter, but time has sort of got away from us, so we've tried to make as many amendments to it as possible, to sort of try and cover in the gaps, so that when it does rain tonight, that's not an issue. Yeah, and I'm feeling a little bit more pumped up than yesterday. I think my energy got so low yesterday that I was ready to just throw in the towel. Today, with finding the river, boosted my confidence, boosted my morale big time, and I can see that in Dan as well. Like, Dan from yesterday to today, different man completely, especially in terms of, you know, just wanting to crack on and get things done now. And you know, I think the trek literally took everything out of him. So yeah, it's exciting times. Like, I think we can plow down and, you know, carry on until the end. Problem is just hunger. Any given moment, you know, we're thinking about food, we're talking about food, like what can we eat when we get out, you know, how much we'd like to dig into a nice juicy burger, a steak, chicken, all the things that, you know, even the little foods that, you know, that I wouldn't even eat normally, like, you know, veg. Like, I'm missing veg. You know, I can't wait to go home and just eat some spinach, some sweet corn, stuff like that. You know, food is constantly on our mind, like constantly. What we'd do for some food right now, to be fair, and to be tucked up, nice shower in bed, but hey, that's not the situation we're in. But last off, it's November the 7th, so I've got to give a big shout out to my sister. It's her birthday today, so I do apologise I can't be there with her to celebrate it, but I know she's celebrating in style, as she always does. So yeah, much love to her, hope she's having a wicked time, and I can't wait to see her when I get back. Peace.
Looked at my hand, it's not too good. Got most of the glue off it. It's not really sealing properly. I can see still massive gaps inside it, but I'm gonna go with it for now. Hopefully it doesn't get much worse, but yeah, I'm just gonna get it done. I was gonna seal it up. Well, I'm gonna seal it up. I was gonna clean it up with some wipes and then put another bandage over it and just make it do. It's not, sometimes my hands not looking too good and it still just hurt. But you know, I'll have to deal with that kind of pain anyway. My hands are so dirty, just like you're kind of just already infecting your hands whilst you're even doing it, to be honest. Walk around and get different angles if you want as well. Like the other side, walk around the other side. That way.
It's not picking up focus as well as it normally would, but that might be
because it's not right. It's getting bitten by a bug there. It's getting bitten by another bug. It's getting to the time of the day. Well, so it happens all day long, but we'll get this done before
it starts to rain.
Got to get this done before, you know, it starts to rain. I'll go for the second to wipe. This wipe is a bit stronger, has alcohol in it.
So this may sting?
That should be fine. This way I can kind of get more in between the cracks because it is more effective. See that? You can see it's kind of opening a bit.
Can't really see it, to be fair. Yeah.
See it opening. Really got to keep everything off his hand from now on. Just go for now. See what I have left in terms of bandages. Why not this part of this? I'm not going to use it all because I've only got so much. I'll try to get away with a quarter of it because this needs to go a long way. Enough. Guess I'll have to unfold it. Use 2 pieces. This is what being economical in the jungle means. Not for money, but just for resources. To use even less bandage than I have before. There we go.
All done.
Zoom out, move out. There you go, all done. and kind of ready to go. It's kind of very lightly banded, but that's what we kind of have to deal with out here. Only got so many resources at hand. That's it. And then my back is caving in, my knee is caving in. It's so uncomfortable. It's cold, it was wet as well. Reckon you'll be able to complete the rest of the days?
I don't know.
You don't know?
What about you?
Yeah, I think I can do it.
Yeah, I think I can do it.
You ready for this long trek today?
No.
No?
No.
The sooner we move, the quicker we can do it before the midday sun.
Yeah. I will be. Just give me 10 minutes, yeah.
Okay.